Never have I seen such an absurd sister. Her photo album is filled with nothing but pictures of her younger brother, all because two people who were once lovers after breaking up somehow ended up as siblings under the same roof. Just a few days ago, Ichiro used his privileges to request a date. But when the weekend arrived, Natsuki was utterly baffled. What on earth was this man plotting? Just as she was about to throw caution to the wind, Ichiro appeared before her. And what a sight he was. Who would have thought that the same Ichiro, usually so slovenly and unkempt at home, could clean up into someone devastatingly handsome? A single glance was enough to make her heart race uncontrollably. That mysterious, intellectual charm of his was downright dangerous. Her pulse wouldn't calm down no matter how hard she tried. Though Natsuki pretended not to care, the moment their hands touched, her traitorous heart skipped a beat. Little did they know, their every move was being watched by two pairs of eyes lurking behind them. Sure enough, it was all part of Koana's master plan, a carefully orchestrated date operation, complete with giving Ichiro a trendy new hairstyle. This was an all-or-nothing mission. But Ichiro knew the truth. If he wanted to dissuade Minami's suspicions, he'd have to play the role of an ex trying to win his former lover back. That said, this woman had clearly dressed to impress. When Natsuki struck up a conversation, Ichiro froze, unsure how to respond. But Koana, watching from the shadows, was brimming with confidence. Gritting his teeth, Ichiro resolved to compliment her, but his half-hearted attempt was so awkward it could have dug a three-bedroom apartment out of the ground. Yet, against all odds, Natsuki blushed and averted her gaze. Seizing the moment, Ichiro went on the offensive, pulling Natsuki into a sudden embrace. "Did I hurt you?" he asked softly. Natsuki stared at him, bewildered. What had gotten into him today? But she quickly snapped out of it. Of course, these two were both too proud for their own good. Even as their hearts pounded, they clung to their sharp-tongued facades. To Ichiro, though, Natsuki's flustered glare just looked like pure rage. During a bathroom break, Ichiro urgently reported the situation to Koana, who assured him everything was going perfectly, just a little longer, and victory would be theirs. But while Ichiro steadied his nerves, Natsuki was zoning out for an entirely different reason. She'd gotten lost trying to find the restroom. Who knew she was so bad with directions? Just as she was panicking, Ichiro called. But instead of mocking her, he gently told her to stay put, which only unsettled her more. She hung up before he could finish, unable to process the strangely tender version of Ichiro. For a fleeting moment, memories rushed back to their reckless youth when she had been the one to ask him out first. That summer festival, bathed in lantern light, the moment she'd gotten separated from him. Time crawled as her aching wooden sandals tortured her feet. Humiliated on her first date, she could only sob and apologize. But then, a cold drink appeared in front of her. Ichiro had fought through the crowd to find her. Now, standing there, the past seemed to replay before her eyes until Ichiro snapped back to his usual scornful self, shattering the illusion. Just like that, the two were back to bickering nonstop, their love-hate dynamic in full swing. But Minami wasn't fooled. As the two argued their way through the day, what looked like rivalry was really just an obnoxiously sweet display of affection, enough to rot your teeth. Yet for Ichiro, the day stirred up old emotions. This was the person he'd cherished most, yet petty grievances had driven them apart. Nothing hurt more than that. Now, free from the constraints of being lovers, they owed each other nothing. They were just exes turned siblings, and honestly, better this than staying together in misery. After parting ways, Minami apologized for her meddling, and Ichiro let it go. After all, to Natsuki, he was still her most important friend. But Minami wasn't done. Refusing to give up, she declared she'd marry Ichiro fair and square, officially becoming Natsuki's little sister. Meanwhile, back home, Natsuki couldn't make sense of Ichiro's behavior. Her mind raced with possibilities, so the moment he returned, she pounced with demands. She made him dress elegantly, then scrutinized him from every angle, snapping endless photos on her phone before admiring them with unhealthy levels of obsession. Then, seeing an opening, she made her move, a heart-thumping request. "Pretend you're an anime guy and hold me." As Ichiro slowly wrapped his arms around her, he whispered in her ear, "Caught you." And just like that, Natsuki was back in the days when they were in love.